Today, 1st of January 2019. The news headline: Extortion crime in Biafran by the Nigerian state, need for an independent Biafran nationhood. If there really exists any issue of major concern to the entirety of Biafrans globally, it is the burning desire to have an independent state of Biafra from the Nigerian defunct federation. It is disgraceful that the Nigerian armed forces that ought to be professional, in concert with the federal government, are despicably and brazenly extorting valuables even at gunpoints, from the innocent and already overburdened Biafran citizens. These gun-wielding security operatives mount various roadblocks across Biafran purely for money extortion without reckless abandon. The call for an independent Biafran state is defiantly growing as a panacea against Nigerian state-sponsored wave of criminality orchestrated against Biafran people. The Nigerian government, unfortunately, has extended its policy of strangulation and impoverishment of the majority of Biafran road users within Biafraland. The whole roads are dotted with mindless roadblocks mounted under the guise of security checks, to enrich the Fulani jihadist armed forces from the north. Biafrans globally should recall that in recent times, the Nigerian media outlets made publications of 100 billion naira windfall which accrued to the Nigerian security agencies from the extortion of helpless road users within the so-called Southeast and South-South regions. It is extremely disgusting to state here that some imbecilic, gullible and pitiably enslaved Igbo Biafrans, born and bred in Lagos, are not murdered, condemning this Nigerian government's shameless sponsorship of its corrupt, unprofessional and tyrannic band of security brigands including the Army, Police, Customs, Road Safety, National Drugs Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, and National Defense Corps. These Fulani puppeted slaves only take pleasure in speaking against peaceful activities of the indigenous people of Biafra, Ipob, and Biafraland towards the restoration effort of our stolen sovereignty. These Lagos-Abuja-based political spent forces are only gutted in voicing out in support of the vampiric onslaught being unleashed against the Biafran people by their murderous House of Fulani/Yoruba oligarchical masters. Now that the Nigerian government is blatantly giving full support to the security operatives to perpetrate this organized crime of alarming extortion in the region, none of these people is speaking against the evil but instead, has chosen the path of cowardice by keeping mum over the ugly trend. Obviously, the government of Nigeria has woefully failed in its obligation to order the security operatives to desist forthwith from this criminal act of extortion persistently being meted out against the people in their land. It is important for all Biafrans to courageously arise and publicly place demands for their independence, and now is the time. It should be noted that even the Nigerian Senate and the House of Representatives have in different occasions, called for the immediate dismantling of all existing roadblocks within the Southeast and South-South regions and withdrawal of armed security personnel, but to no avail. The Nigerian government has intently remained adamant in its callousness in the subjugation drive against Biafrans. For how long will the people continue to bear the brunt of this state-sponsored extortion crime before the political elites begin to expedite remedial action of condemnation in their individual and collective capacities? These illegal and oppressive roadblocks must have to be ferociously dismantled, and instantly too, from a relatively peaceful and terrorism-free Biafraland. The Nigerian government should not, out of desperation and abysmal failure to discharge avowed, civilized and beneficial democratic dividends to the people, surreptitiously employ this roadblock's intimidating modules, against Biafrans for rightly and legitimately demanding a free independent Biafran state. The antics will never ever work because people's minds are already made up to exit. There is absolutely nothing else left for Biafrans than the outright dismemberment of Nigeria so that Biafra restoration as a sovereign nation can be effected. No longer is there any hope for the people in the policies of the Nigerian government, no matter the deceits and intimidations. The times of playing the ostrich with the destiny of millions of people are gone. Biafrans must collectively arise and strengthen the struggle for the unfettered restoration of the Biafran sovereignty. This is the only window available for self-worth and extrication from the damning oppressive indices of the Nigerian government, modeled by diverse state-sponsored policies like the roadblocks of extortion, which dot Biafraland in alarming proportions. This is the only veritable measure needed to stem this ugly tide. Written by Mazi Onabutias. Edited by Peter Oshagwu. For family writers,